What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and today I've got some football focus. The Pittsburgh Steelers just played the Los Angeles Rams in Week 10 of the 2019 NFL season, and this was kind of regarded as the Steelers' toughest test left on the schedule, at least one of them. We obviously have the Ravens again, which is a big divisional game. It means a lot, but Pittsburgh has been kind of hitting a stride lately, and so are the Rams. Both teams kind of just trying to really find themselves again. The Rams were considered to be one of the NFC's dominant teams. They've been kind of on a roll the last several years. They made a lot of big offseason acquisitions. Coming in, they were expected to be one of the top two teams in the NFC. But they sort of hit a stride early on, and then the last couple of weeks really have fallen off. Offensively slowed down. The offensive line, they came in very banged up against us today. They've had a lot of different changes on the line, which changes a lot of things. Brandon Cooks, one of their leading receivers, was out for this game. So they had a lot of things in flux, and they were hanging on coming into this game. I think they were 5-3 today, 5-3 coming in, I believe. But trying to stay on pace. They're in a division that's very tough with Seattle. I think the 49ers are also undefeated 49ers in that division. So the Rams were fighting to get back to their namesake and try to stay afloat in the NFC, which is always competitive. The Steelers have the benefit of being in the AFC, which is not nearly as competitive, and right now is competitive in the sense that everyone is kind of in the same place. Aside from the Patriots, everyone is kind of right back in the middle of this big congealed conglomerate of 5-4, 4-4, 4-5, all right in this big glob of teams just fighting for middle of the pack, wild card contention. I mean, the Patriots are obviously the top seed, as they always are. The Chiefs lost again today. I think they have 3 losses now. The Bills lost today. They have 3 losses now, and they have kind of been falling off. Their offense really isn't that great. Just a lot of middle-of-the-pack stuff going on. There's really nobody standing out aside from the Patriots. So, if Pittsburgh could win their 4th straight game today, coming off a good statement win against a pretty good Colts team, they would get to 5-4 and be right in the thick of things with the Chargers and the Raiders and the Titans and the Bills and the Chiefs and pretty much every other AFC team except for the Patriots. So this was a big win for us, especially considering the Ravens right now have looked really good and have won 2 back-to-back good games against the Seahawks and Patriots and won their game today against the Bengals. No surprise there. So again, this was one of the toughest tests all season for the Steelers. The Rams, in spite of their recent struggles and injuries, are still one of the staple teams in the NFC, in my opinion. Jared Goff and the offense, in spite of Cooks being injured, are one of the best offenses we've faced all season. Aaron Donald and the Rams' defensive front is one of the better defensive fronts. With Donald on one side, Clay Matthews on the other, that was something that worried me coming into this game. Worried the Steelers, too, because they did a lot of offensive line shifting, moving Filer over and putting in Chuck Okafor to try and neutralize Aaron Donald. Steelers came in this week without James Conner and Rosie Nix, so no fullback help for Jalen Samuels, who carried a lot of the load today and did not do much with that. This game was a tale of 2 games. You hear 17-12, and all I got to tell you is the Steelers' defense allowed 3 points all day long. 7 was from the Rams' defense on the 3rd snap of the game. The ball went over the head of Mason Rudolph. Dante Fowler picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. So the Rams started off with a D touchdown. The 2, obviously, in the 12 was a safety that Mason Rudolph got. 2nd week in a row for a safety on Rudolph. So that right there is 10 points. I lied. Yes, that is 9 points. And then the other was a field goal. So Pittsburgh's defense only allowed 3 points this entire game. And they scored a touchdown on defense. So the Steeler defense outscored the Ram offense all day long, 7-3. Incredible. This defense allowed 3 points and scored 7. You don't see that, especially against a pretty competent, solid offense. Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp, who had 200 yards last week, who had 0 yards and 0 catches today in this game. Incredible stuff. This Steeler defense is on another level now. Devin Bush is finding his way. Mark Barron in coverage has gotten a lot better over the last couple of weeks. Steven Nelson has been a huge pickup for us. Minkah Fitzpatrick is legitimately, in my opinion, in the MVP race for the NFL. I mean that. When I say this dude has changed the culture of this defense. And we have not seen a defense like this since like 2010 with Harrison and Polamalu. This guy is around the ball everywhere. He makes Edmonds better. He makes the entire coverage better. He's just flocking to turnovers. It's incredible to watch this defense play. Offensively, we had 17 points, and 7 of it was from the defense. So the offense only scored 10 points all day long. You aren't going to beat many teams in the NFL by scoring 10 points all day long. I don't care if your defense is the best of all time. Eventually, they're going to be tired and they're going to have a short field. So you have to do better on offense. You really do. The offense was putrid in this game, minus, I would say, one guy. Let's get to the stats real quick, and I'll kind of make it make sense. Mason Rudolph, 22 of 38, 242 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. So didn't turn the ball over. That's the biggest thing. He did allow a safety, which I blame Ryan Switzer for. I'll get into that. But Ryan Switzer fielded a punt on like the 7 and went backwards and got us the ball at like the 3-yard line. So that's just, he's a problem for this team. But yeah, Mason Rudolph again, efficient, but didn't throw the ball down the field much. Did look kind of flustered, got sacked a few times off the edge. Did allow the safety. So he still looks shaky. He's at least giving his guys, especially Washington, who's his college teammate, a lot of chances to go up and catch contested balls. He gave Washington 3 or 4 good contested balls, and Washington caught them all today. He was converting 3rd and 4th downs like crazy out there. Washington was the offensive star of this game. They tried to use Samuels a lot, but again, without running that shotgun read offense in the running game, without Rosie Nix, did not do us any good. So Rudolph, again, while not making many major mistakes, still holds the ball too long, still looks inconsistent on the short throws, and still just looks very nervous out there. So I'm seeing a little bit of growth, but not nearly at the rate that you would hope for. I guess we're spoiled from having an offense with Ben for the last 15 years, but this offense is still struggling. Running the ball, Jalen Samuels was our leading rusher, 14 carries, 29 yards, 2.1 yards a carry. Didn't do much better on receiving the ball today, 3 catches for 11 yards. They didn't use him very effectively in swinging the ball out to him because Mason Rudolph was throwing the ball in front of him and getting the ball batted and stuff. So Rudolph's trying to pass the short passes to Samuels, which usually works out, did not work out today. And the running game, like I said, the leading rusher at 29 yards. So no running game to speak of, which makes it harder on the offense. Offensive game ball. I want to give a game ball to James Washington for his career high, 6 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Get this guy more involved in the offense. He has a good rapport with Mason Rudolph. He catches contested balls. He high points the ball. He's quick, and he's pretty strong with his hands. Get this guy more of a chance. If Juju can't get open, let James do what he can do. Deontay Johnson had a couple nice underneath plays. He's speedy. He gets some quick comebacks, and he does some nice crossing routes. I think he had about 60 yards in this game. I think Juju had 44, so they helped a little bit, but nothing really special on offense besides James Washington. I think all 3 of those guys need a chance to go up and catch more contested balls because Juju did it last week and Washington did it this week. So he needs to throw more balls up at least and give it a chance because this conservative offense, scoring 10 points against a good team when our defense eventually gets tired is not going to be good for us toward the end of this season. Defensively, game balls for every damn one of you. 11 of you. You all get game balls in this game. Incredible defense. Like I said, 7-3, the defense outscored them. Again, 3 turnovers. Minkah Fitzpatrick, MVP candidate, culture-changing guy. Turnover flocking, motivating and cultivating this entire defense. 5 picks already. This dude has 5 picks and I believe 2 fumble recoveries in like the 7 games that he's been here. It's incredible what he's doing. Again, and also the plays that he makes, the backbreaking plays that he makes at the times that he makes them. We were, I believe, I think either down in this game or up by like 3 points when he took the batted pass. There was a forward pass, forced fumble, picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. So 2 picks and a touchdown again in this game. I think that's 3 touchdowns for Minkah already this season. Incredible, great stuff. T.J. Watt, major game ball for you, sir. 2.5 sacks. What a playmaker this guy is. Another forced fumble, which was on the last drive of the game when the defense was trying to hold and ran 20 seconds off the clock. A minus 10-yard play with 20 seconds off the clock in the 4th quarter in that last drive is phenomenal. Watt is a terror out there. Bud Dupree didn't get any sacks, but did get several run-stuffing tackles. got a few nice pressures, backed a guy into the quarterback and caused a hit in this game, so he didn't make any splash plays, so to speak, but was consistently good once again in his career-defining season. Best season of his career by far, and he's going to get paid next year by somebody. I hope it's us, but I don't think it's going to be us. Joe Hayden, great game. He's kind of been the weak spot of our coverage on this team for the last few weeks. He's been the only guy kind of allowing some chunk plays. Not today. He was great. 6 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, and a tip ball that resulted in a second pick. So involved in 2 turnovers today, plus the forced fumble that was recovered by the Raiders as well. So great day for Hayden. Solid day for Steven Nelson in coverage, especially in the fourth quarter. Cam Sutton played well. Mike Hilton played well. Cam Hayward, 0.5 sack and 2 batted balls. Getting so many pressures he's not credited for and causing so many holdings. He caused 2 holding penalties on the Rams today on top of the 0.5 sack and the 2 batted balls. Javon Hargrave sacked today plus 2 tackles in the backfield. Great stuff. Defense, I can't commend you all enough. Offense, give the receivers a chance. Mason, start throwing the ball down the field. Give this defense the chance to be elite and get this team to the playoffs. Penalties, though. 11 penalties in this game, I think it was, for 95 yards. Cut that out. That's a problem. Got to cut that out. Ryan Switzer, problem. Just fair catching all day as he always has been. Tried to return 2 balls today, got nothing for it. Ran backwards on 1, which caused us to get the ball at the 3, which caused the safety. He did go out with a back injury. You never want to see him get hurt. I'm not cheering for an injury here. I want to see him be healthy and support his family, but I don't want to see him as a football player on the Pittsburgh Steelers anymore. Cut this guy and use Brooks James, the running back, or use Deontay Johnson as your kick returner. Get Switzer the hell out of Pittsburgh. That's my rant for the day. Thank you, defense. We're 5-4. Our next 3 games are Browns, Bengals, Browns. We could easily be 8-4 and could improve to 6-4 this Thursday night. Pittsburgh is on a roll and right in the thick of things. If the offense can step up just a little bit and eliminate the special teams problems we have and the penalties, we could be a serious contender in the playoffs. Tell me what you think of this game, guys, and I will talk to you guys next week. Talk to me in the comments. Actually, I'll see you guys Thursday for the Steeler Review. Take care.